Okay, so I'm gonna put this up front, actually, even though I only filmed the video. I'm like, I haven't done a DBT video in a while, like a long time. And let me tell you, I've had some pretty bad days recently. And that's the time that I've obviously did not feel like filming. But people have their ups and downs, and I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, like, what I can share with not it being too much information.
One more thing.
Because I like to talk out what I'm thinking. So, okay, so I don't remember what I did on the radical acceptance video last time. It's been quite a while, actually. Let me stable you. There we go. So, I guess we're supposed to come up with a list of like 2 less important things versus 2 more important things. And I'm like, okay. So going back to like yesterday when it was, you want to pick the difficult route or the more difficult route. And versus more important things, in my opinion, the all important things, like,
I don't know.
So there's 10 steps overall. Allow disappointment, sadness, or grief to arise in you. Those are like
the uncomfortable emotions.
So I guess the one I can share, because it's one of my less important things I have to radically accept. And it's
really, really hard.
Observe that you're questioning or fighting reality. I mean, there's a lot of different situations, but I guess if you go that way, what I'm questioning is I'm writing this down. Questioning is, why am I mad all the time? I mean, because I used to be like this happiest person on the face of the planet, and some days I get super mad for no reason at all. Mad, and I don't know why. Why am I mad all the time? Which isn't true, but in my mind, I think it's true. So that's the questioning. And then this is me just talking about my thoughts. I don't know if this is right or wrong. I don't know. So if you remind yourself, if you have like experience or something, or done DBT before, most of you who watch my videos probably do not. That's my assumptions, and assumptions could be wrong. So reminding yourself.
Why am I thinking too hard about this? I'm thinking too hard about this.
Some days I'm mad. Some days I'm fine. When I'm not mad, I'm okay or fine. Well, sometimes I can be good, but then it's like, I don't know. So when I say causes for reality, the things is how things happened. I mean, I'm not mad. I think I spend too much time worrying about literally everything going on in my life, which is 100% true. And I don't get turned down. I get turned down by myself, mainly because I'm like, I have to be constantly doing stuff, and when I'm doing stuff, I'm not, I give myself a hard time. It's like, oh no, you're doing great, and then I pull myself down with something else going on in my life, and that's not good. So I'm like, the times I'm not mad or pulling myself down, I guess it does happen for a reason, I guess, because it's like, if I have a good moment, obviously it happens for a reason. So it's like, Oh. This is a hard one. Because it has says like, oh yeah, be creative. Ooh, creative. Like, I think the best way I can do... I probably have to pause this video and try to figure out something. But I guess the best way to accept that the good things in life that happen for a reason, obviously. Be creative, finding ways to involve yourself. Use accepting self-talk. Oh my goodness. That's something else. But also consider using a place that helps you bring acceptance or imaginary.
Emergy, what's emergy?
Something that I can't say. Okay, so I guess the whole point of this, I think that 1, 2, 3, I'm on the 4th step right now, is to be creative. And again, your creativity. Talk to you later. Be creative and finding ways to evolve your whole self. I mean, I think the best way for me to do it is in writing. I tried to like, oh, I should do a comic strip or whatever. I drew it out like a comic strip, and I'm like, over half of it is writing. So I'm like, oh, like yeah. So that's getting somewhere, and it's like I'm accepting this week that I have family in town, had family in town, and still have family in town because they're in town for the whole week. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Can't believe that took me to step number 4 to figure that out.
I'm not mad all the time. I was mad the day that I was, I guess, the maddest toward myself was on Sunday. But again, Monday I was still mad. Tuesday, I was a little bit, I mean, I was mad, but I was like not working. Tuesday. What did we do on Tuesday? I don't even know what we did. We did something on Tuesday. Oh, we went out to lunch on Tuesday. That's what we did. See, this is why I have to talk through my thoughts. It's like, I don't remember what I did on Tuesday. Last week I was telling my therapist I went out to lunch with a friend, and I wrote it on my diary card thing. I went out to, like, I told her straight up, I was like, I don't remember who I went out to lunch with, when we went out to lunch. I don't remember that because the last week was so long. So I'm like trying to be more, I guess, detailed when it comes to explaining on my diary card. This week, I said, I was like, I did intense exercise, which was true. That was dog pound, 100%. But yeah, so I'm just going through this, and I'm like trying to figure out like what to do next, because I wrote out my thoughts about Sunday, but I'm like, it went from being in a crappy mood all month long to having a party for my grandpa because that's when his birthday was, like 2 days ago, last week, you know. It's still this week, but I mean, like, I think his birthday was on Sunday. It was on Sunday. And then, yeah. And then I went to, like, my thoughts about that. And then I'm trying to figure out, I don't even know what.
Oh.
It's basically me trying to radically accept that I'm having fun. Because I'm not working. And that's really, really hard for me right now. I was like, yeah, I'm not having, I mean, yes, I'm having fun, but I'm like having a good time. It's hard to admit that I'm having a good time when I'm in a bad mood. Luckily today I'm not in as a bad mood. I'm just really, 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 really tired from the hike yesterday. There's no right answer. Find this out because I don't know if this would be my less important one, because I had to do like 2 less important ones and then 2 more important ones to radically accept. I don't know where this falls. I don't know if it was the less important one or the more important one. It could go either way. So I don't know.
Don't like peeking into the future.
Whatever point was the one I was just doing it with the comic strip one that writing all my thoughts out. Just an opposite action is basically just, I don't know, doing the opposite of something, which is also challenging. And I was like, I think I did that already. Like, obviously, like, I bet you I was not in the mood to go hiking the other day. And I went anyway, and I hiked the ridiculously brutal mountain that had a nice view at the top. So I guess, so yeah, so that's that one. And then it says, I think it says, like, cope ahead with events that are unacceptable. Well, I don't really cope ahead for this. I mean, I kind of cope ahead. No, I don't.
That's a confusing one because
I think I, like, obviously I couldn't really, I mean, I coped ahead as in I knew when they were coming, like, weeks ago, like, before they got here. Like, I put it on my calendar. I think that's as best as I could cope ahead for this particular, but depending on how you cope ahead, I think that could be really straightforward, or no one talk to anybody, or talk to literally everybody that can, is like, basically saying this is not fair because blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know. I had a lot of disappointment, and I had trouble allowing it. So allow that life can be worth living, even then there's pain. I guess I've allowed life can be worth living. I think I've always done that, because acknowledged that, because obviously people go through hard times and things can be hard. Things, I don't know. I think it's pretty hard. I don't think I did pros and cons about this particular situation, but I did a pros and cons about something else that was,
it's
like, it was telling me, the book is telling me, do a pros and cons if you find yourself resisting practicing acceptance. I'm not resisting on the practicing acceptance. I'm just finding it really hard to practice acceptance. Because, I mean, I guess it's really, I wouldn't say self-explanatory, but accepted that obviously it's okay to have, like, the worst days ever. I just have to go along with everything, because, I mean, I'm not, obviously, I haven't worked since Sunday, and today's Thursday, and the next time I work is tomorrow. So I've definitely accepted that I've done things to wear me out that weren't just thinking about the things I'm stressed out about. Let's leave it at that. Okay, so I'm gonna end that there. That was just me trying to talk out my thoughts about radical acceptance. The book tells me I have to come up with 4 more things. But after, thanks to listening to all of that, I usually don't post stuff like this, but I guess felt like I wanted to get something out there. I very rarely post about, like, my struggles in life, but I guess you will call this a very real video. Because I did try to think it through before I started talking, but again, I start talking my thoughts out, and there's no wrong answers, and, like, great, there's no wrong answers, and I'm still trying to, like, but at least I tried something. Does that work? I'm really good at editing videos, man. I just want to, like, chill out for a second and lay down and edit the video. So, have a nice rest of your day. This might go up today. This might go up sometime.